Hey guys, what is going on? Today we got a brand new video. I'm going to be telling you why the Mazda 3 is probably one of the best daily drivers that you can get your hands on for cheap. Today's just going to be a short video. By the time you guys are watching this, I am currently moving into a new home. So I thought I'd get something made for you guys. I got stuff on the way. I ordered it to my old house, so that's coming up here pretty quick. A little bit busy here. Number 2, don't mind the suit, it just came from work. Number 3, if you guys are coming from TikTok or you guys are watching TikTok, I'll put it down right there. I want you guys to know I'm just memes. It's just straight up memes. I love you Mazda speed guys. I'm just a toxic Mazda 300, just kidding, okay? This thing is dirty. I haven't washed it since I brought it out. We get these things here, like bugs straight up shit on the cars. Like, I don't know what kind of bugs these are, but like, look at this, everywhere. So the top reason why the Mazda 3, one of the best dailies. And for example, I'm gonna talk about modded Mazda 3s, just to make this even better. Let's go. Top three reasons why your Mazda 3, why the Mazda 3 is the best daily driver. Here we go. Number 1. I'd have to say for number 1, it supports great it has great modification support to make it a great daily driver if you're looking to mod. So one thing to note is that I've been daily driving this thing for pretty much, like, I'd say I've owned it for 6 years. I've daily driven it for maybe like 4.5 out of those 6 years. And of course this thing's been like on coilovers for like 3 of those years. My favorite part about this, like I was just saying, is that there's not a whole lot of modification support, but there's just enough to where you can get pretty much everything done that you need to make it a comfortable daily driver. Like I said, this baby is sitting on coilovers, but lowering springs are an option for daily driver purposes. A lot of the lights are easy to change out, interior lights, LED headlight, anything like that. If you guys want to modernize it to, you know, your standards. You guys can do rear sway bars. That's a great option for a daily driver. A bit of a stiffer motor mount if you guys are looking for a better kind of performance, daily driver orientated Mazda 3. I mean, heck, this OEM seats aren't exactly comfortable, but you can do the Mazda Speed 3 OEM seat upgrade. You guys will hate me for that, but they're comfortable and the bolstering is nice. In all honesty, great modification support if you're looking to daily drive this and not do a whole lot to it, but just have enough. And especially the exhaust note is so good for daily driving. Just a muffler delete on the stock exhaust, something budget friendly, super easy to do, sounds great. Number 2 is gonna be how cheap they are to fix and how easy they are to work on. Working on them is maybe something that you don't wanna do as a daily driver, but being reliable is also part of that. So being reliable, easy to fix, and cheap to fix as well. I've pulled the suspension out of this thing so many times. It is so easy to do a full suspension swap in maintenance terms, so your shocks and all that, easy, okay? And they're cheap. You can get shocks for like 90 bucks, even cheaper than that. Like, you could probably even get them down to like 70 bucks if you want for a decent set of replacement shock. Even coilovers are pretty good. Obviously doing oil changes are cheap. Even motor mounts are pretty cheap. You can get a passenger motor mount, I think it's about, could be wrong, $200, which is okay. Again, a lot of the stuff you can get off Rock Auto, and it's just really cheap. And like I said, very easy to replace. Anything down to your front stabilizer links or your rear stabilizer links, you're looking at about maybe 30 to 40 bucks a piece. Spark plugs are obviously cheap, but the thing is that they're really reliable. And what I mean that is, like, for example, I shouldn't say reliability, but it's the way people drive, and this is a manual, but the rear brakes in this that came from factory lasted 200,000 kilometers. The original clutch is still in this car, and this car is sitting at 246,000 kilometers. Like I said, I've owned this car for 6 years, and I've only had the engine light come on once, and I probably just jinxed myself. Came on for thermostat, and that's literally all that's the engine light has ever come on for. Probably gonna leave the garage and the engine light's gonna come on. But I baby this thing, I take care of it. She's my go-to for reliability. I take this thing on a road trip any day. So, reliability, easy to work on, cheap part. And that's why I have 2 Mazda 3s. And I have 3 Mazdas. There you go, there you go. My last reason for why this thing, or why Mazda 3s are my favorite to daily, and why I think you should daily them is, and remember I have two. I daily that in the winter and I daily this in the summer, so that tells you something. Is how friendly it is, how driver friendly it is. Mazda has this thing that they follow called Jim by a tie. There you go, Jim by a tie. And it's about the driver and horse is one. And basically they make their cars driver centric, I guess you would say, to the point where the driver uses less energy to drive the car, and that, look it up, it's crazy in the new cars and it makes sense when you drive them. Mazda is so, just the shit that they do is incredible. But anyways, with these cars, anything down to how the car handles, how the suspension rides, how you feel in your seat, how much of a little effort it takes to shift, anything down to that. Both of these are manual. The shifting in these is like, it just goes, you know, little to no effort. I could take two little fingers and could do the little boop thing. The suspension rides, you know what? Okay, it's pretty good, okay? And obviously this is on coilovers, that's on regular suspension. You just gotta make sure that it's not falling apart, then you'll get the best ride out of it, but it handles fantastic. You know, if you gotta get up and go, or you gotta take a corner real quick, you can definitely rely on your Mazda 3. There's things like, especially if you compare it to a Mazda Speed 3, Mazda Speed 3's clutch is a bit heavier, pedals heavier than these cars, so, and I've dailied the second gen Mazda Speed 3 and the first gen Mazda Speed 3. To be honest, these are just so much easier to daily drive. Everything down to being a naturally aspirated as well. It's just like, you get in your car and you go and you don't really have to worry. They are a little slow. I mean, they're faster than the Miata. I think the Miata is kind of slower. And they can kind of pass traffic, but in general, it's pretty good overall. That is why I own so many of these. I've also owned I had a black one at one point. I've owned 3 Mazda 3's, we'll put it that way. 5 in total if you count the 2 Mazda Speed 3's. But this thing, I will never get tired of it. It's the greatest daily. Even being, you know, on coilovers and stuff like that, it's just like, these cars are so fantastic to drive, it's unreal. Anyways guys, that's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe button, leave a like on the video, comment down below. Short video, short and sweet. I gotta get going. I gotta go and sign up for some Wi-Fi internet for my new place. Other than that guys, thanks so much for watching again. Keep it real. I'll see y'all in the next one.